Right now, live at 5, snow, rain, ice, and a big mess. The latest on the weather system hitting the Northland. Plus,
a new referendum could bring some much-needed relief to one Northland emergency service.
And a wild deer in Grand Rapids has tested positive for CWD, marking the first infection in that area.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Virginia tonight, where snow is coming down pretty good up on the range. Across the region, a messy system is making the evening commute a little dicey.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. We're joined right away by meteorologist Dave Anderson. Dave, certainly a messy system hitting the region tonight.
Yeah, it's going to get messier as the night goes on. Right now, it isn't really that bad. Road conditions, which I'll show in a few minutes here, are doing pretty decent for much of the area. A little bit iffier on the Minnesota side of life, but not too bad for Wisconsin or UP yet. I say yet because the whole area is still facing a slew of warnings and advisories. Winter storm warning for the tip of the Arrowhead in Minnesota. That's through tomorrow afternoon. Winter weather advisory for much of the rest of Minnesota till 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Into Wisconsin, we have a winter weather advisory till 7 o'clock in the afternoon now, or 7 o'clock in the evening tomorrow, and a winter storm warning for folks in the UP until 7 o'clock. So we're all covered by something, and we'll all be covered by a rain-snow mix overnight tonight, shifting into snow as temperatures cool, and that's why we'll have some accumulating snows around the area to deal with by tomorrow afternoon. This, of course, is the latest satellite and Doppler map here showing much of Minnesota is getting snow at the moment. The head of the lakes is getting a rain-snow mix. Wisconsin still covered with rain. Twin Cities getting some thunderstorms here and there, so some decent rains for those folks. And a mix is infiltrating folks in the UP. Again, this could continue through at least tomorrow afternoon, maybe even tomorrow evening for some of our locations. Our short-term forecast says low temps will drop towards 30 tonight, which is cool enough for the rain-snow mix to continue. But then up aloft, it'll cool sufficiently during Wednesday. Even if it warms at the surface to 35, up aloft a few thousand feet, it's cold enough for snow. So a good 60% chance for snow, at least through early afternoon. Come Thursday, we could turn the tables a little bit. We'll dry up, but will we warm up? I'll give you the latest theories on that coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Police departments across the country are facing a major recruiting challenge right now.
That's true in Washburn, Wisconsin, where the pandemic also proved they're in a dire need of more EMTs.
But as CBS 3's Quinn Gorham explains, a proposal on the ballot in 2 weeks from today could help.
The city of Washburn says there just aren't enough funds for emergency services to operate at their fullest. But a new referendum means voters could soon have a chance to change that. The referendum would raise Washburn's property tax levy. That would help pay for 2 new full-time EMS workers making $43,000 a year and increase stipends for current EMTs. It would also increase police officer wages to make those positions more competitive with other higher-paying departments. Right now, Washburn police are paid $3 an hour below the state average. This proposal would bump them up to just 25 cents below the state average. Currently, the city only has a volunteer EMS service, which has hurt their ability to respond to calls effectively. Since the start of the pandemic, the service has operated with reduced staff. Jeff Belisle, director of the EMS service in Washburn, says the new positions could take some of the workload off volunteer staff.
We have had approximately 10 people that have been pulling the wagon for quite some time, for almost 2.5 years now. So they're getting tired, and we need some relief, we need some help.
All those upgrades together are expected to cost the city roughly $200,000 a year. The increased levy would raise taxes by $1.83 per $1,000 of property value. The referendum will be on the ballot for the upcoming April 5th election.
All right, thanks, Quinn. The referendum would also increase pay for on-call EMTs. City leaders hope that can help recruit more volunteers on top of the 2 new employees.
A Superior small business owner is helping support children fleeing from Ukraine. Mike Dodge with Dodgie's East End Tavern in Superior recently donated $1,000 to the St. Nicholas Cathedral School. That's located in the Ukrainian neighborhood of Chicago. The school has 150 students enrolled and 80% are Ukrainian. Since January, when tensions started to rise, the school has taken in 20 new students from both Ukraine and Russia. They've been holding vigils and fundraisers to support those suffering in war. Anna Cirilli, who is a Superior native, is now the principal at St. Nick's. She says getting donations from the Northland means the world, and this money will help ensure these children have everything they need as they settle into their new home.
It really helps us to sort of navigate welcoming new families and not have to worry about, like, you know, how are we going to get school supplies in the new desks that we have to purchase, and just everything that goes into like providing a safe and happy learning environment for these kids.
Cirilli says if you're looking to support Ukrainian students, they're still accepting donations. We reached out to Mike Dodge for a comment on his donation today, but we have not heard back.
Fond du Lac tribal leaders are asking Cloquet and Esco school leaders to take action after apparent screenshots of a racist conversation on social media surfaced. Tribal leaders sent a letter to the superintendents this week. In it, they claim they received a screenshot of a Snapchat conversation among Cloquet and Esco students. Those students were apparently making racist remarks and threats toward Native students. In the letter, Fond du Lac asked the districts what they intend to do to address the situation. They wrote the district needs to make sure all students feel safe at school and teach about the harm racist and violent rhetoric can cause. Fond du Lac is asking for an immediate response from the districts. We reached out to the superintendents of Cloquet and Esco for statements on the incident. Within the last hour, Esco school leaders condemned the racist language used by what they called a small group of students. They said in addition to addressing the offenders, they will be renewing their ongoing efforts to build a culturally competent school community. Cloquet school leaders said they will not tolerate racial profiling or any racist or hate language and will take appropriate disciplinary action.
The Minnesota DNR says damage from Enbridge's Line 3 oil pipeline is more severe than previously thought. The DNR says 3 groundwater aquifers were ruptured last year during the building of the 340-mile northern Minnesota pipeline. The DNR says the rupture has led to more than 3 million gallons of groundwater flowing to the surface. The biggest rupture happened near the Fond du Lac Reservation in St. Louis County. The DNR says that rupture itself caused more than 200 million gallons of groundwater to flow out and continues to do so. Enbridge responded to the claims tonight, saying in part the company takes protecting the environment seriously and regrets that this happened. They say they're taking steps to improve procedures to prevent this type of incident in the future. Enbridge also says it's repaired 2 of the 3 impacted sites, one at Clearbrook and another near LaSalle Creek. The site near Fond du Lac is nearing completion. They say the majority of the groundwater discharged at all 3 sites was returned to the environment. A small amount was removed for treatment.
Still to come on Live at 5, a state park up on the range will be offering a new experience at the expense of an old one. Changes to the Sudan Underground Mine State Park next.
Black Bear Casino Resort wants you to join our team. On Monday, April 4th, you are invited to our job fair from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Otter Creek Event Center. Applications and interviews available for on-the-spot hiring, with part-time and full-time positions available. We offer many benefits for full-time employees, from 6 paid holidays each, 3+ weeks of paid time off, reward for perfect attendance, 401k retirement plan that we match, health and dental plans, life insurance coverage, long-term and short-term disability, FMLA, and workers' compensation. We can't wait for you to join our team on April 4th at our job fair. For more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com.
Hi, folks. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. Call, check your zip code, see if you're eligible, and get what you deserve. Call now.
Call 1-800-476-5600. That's 1-800-476-5600 now.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News, live at 5. Here's a live look from Lake Superior tonight on this World Water Day. Lake Superior is not only the largest Great Lake, but the largest freshwater lake by surface area in the world, holding 10% of the world's fresh water. Certainly an incredible piece of nature right in our own front yard. And she makes for some crazy weather, too. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region.
Managing stress and supporting youth in Douglas County, and a month-long event for autism awareness across the region. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start things off in Minnesota tonight, where a popular park will be seeing some changes this summer. Guests at the Lake Vermilion Sudan Underground Mine State Park will not be able to travel beneath the surface this summer. The mine shaft and tours will be closed for repairs. But to replace that tour, the state park will instead be offering a new surface tour. The 1.5-hour tour will highlight the buildings and equipment above ground that also allowed success down below. Tours start Memorial Day weekend. Next, we head to Douglas County, where there will be several courses in the coming month to help families with children manage stress and focus on mental health. Hosted by Douglas County Fostering Futures and Mental Health CCR, 4 different sessions will teach parents simple everyday self-care tools, as well as mindfulness techniques for supporting children during difficult times. There will be events in Maple, Superior, and Solon Springs, as well as a virtual option. And we wrap up across the Northland for an annual event beginning in April. Since 2007, Autism Walk Northland has held a community walk to raise awareness and acceptance for those with autism. Donations raised at the annual event go directly into local schools to help with resources that allow students with autism or other disabilities to have greater success in the classroom. Due to COVID restrictions, there will not be a set day for the walk this year, but organizers encourage participants to get out anytime during the month of April and raise awareness. Anger Tower will be lit rainbow colors April 2nd in honor of World Autism Day. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, the Minnesota DNR confirmed a case of chronic wasting disease in Itasca County today. What this means for the state's management plan next.
Normal high temperature is 39 degrees. Today we achieved 32, the freezing mark. So this precip we're getting right now is likely going to turn over towards snow from the rain-snow-ice mix it has right now. That could accumulate, and I'll show you the latest chart on how much could fall by tomorrow afternoon, coming up right after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Rental cars are in high demand, but now there's another option. Rent a Toyota RAV4 or Sienna from Cary Toyota in Superior. Current models fill the rental fleet at competitive pricing. Rent for a single day or save with a weekly rental rate. Enjoy the reliability of Toyota on your next road trip. Unlimited mileage is automatically included when you rent a Cary Toyota in Superior. That's right, unlimited miles. You don't have to buy a new car to drive a new car. Call Cary Toyota in Superior to reserve your rental vehicle today. Voted best car dealer 22 times.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Automobile collision injuries involving taxis, Ubers, lifts, buses, semis, and motorcycles. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Russell, what does this have to do with law?
Absolutely nothing. At 7 West Tap House, we have everything from classic American lagers to small batch craft IPAs. Our rotating selection of award-winning beers is sure to have something for you. Pair a beer with one of our mouth-watering burgers and freshly cut fries or chips. Stop in today at 7 West Tap House in downtown Duluth.
Find out what upgrades could be coming to a Northland EMS service in the upcoming election.
We're in the belly of the beast right now, and I'll talk about when things are going to calm down.
Tonight at 6 on CBS 3. Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Our snow and a rain mix has been coming down for several hours now, but because it's more rain than snow for the time being, and even more snow and rain than ice yet, roads aren't too bad out there. Let's go in and take a look. On the Minnesota side of the border, it is a little bit more iffy than any place else because there has been a touch of ice. Highway 61 has some slippery spots to watch out for. Same deal for Highway 1, 53, 2, and 210. And to the south of Duluth, still pretty good. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, still pretty good for now. But we still have almost another day of this to come across. So road conditions likely will degrade. Keep an eye on CBS 3 and CBS3Duluth.com here as the system goes across, and we'll keep you updated on those road conditions. Right now, air temp is 32 degrees, so we have a rain-snow mix falling at Duluth International and a good chunk of the region as well. It's still going to be windy along with snowy here. Easterly, northeasterly, 20 miles per hour, for example. Relative humidity is 88%, and the current temperatures for just about everybody hovering pretty close to that freezing mark, including northern Minnesota, central Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and the upper peninsula. In general, the range for everybody is running from about 27 to 38 degrees. Bracketing that normal mark. All right, bracketing our region, a pair of low-pressure systems still slowly working through the area. An occluded Alberta Clipper to our north with its frontal boundaries connecting to a Colorado low to the south. And this is the big storm system whose bottom half and cold front has been stirring up all those tornadoes down in the deep south. Here on its northern fringes, it is gentler, but persistent rains and snows and ice have been coming across indeed. And looking at the close-up picture for the current situation, it's now a little more snow than anything else in northern Minnesota. A lot of rain still for central Minnesota and northern Wisconsin, but the mix has been pushing into the UP. Of course, as temperatures cool over the next couple of hours, it should shift over towards snows, which may last through about the noon hour tomorrow. So by the time things wrap up, I still think 3 to 6 inches is possible for much of northern Minnesota. The 6 more likely towards Two Harbors, the 3 as you go farther towards the west. Into the tip of the Arrowhead, thanks to lake enhancement from Silver Bay up towards Grand Marais, could run 6 to 12 plus there. I'm not hedging my bets on how much more than 12 could happen, especially around Grand Portage, because it's a heavy wet snow and likely will be compacting upon itself. So it may not add up to as much as the models are saying. But and then for the rest of the area, 1 to 4 inches for east central Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, the UP. Maybe the 1 for Wisconsin, and for east central Minnesota, the 4 more likely into the UP. And then once we get into Thursday, we get the low pressure systems leaving and weak high pressure taking over. So it may not clear us up too much, and it also may not warm us up much. Indeed, a cool period is coming across that could make it a slow process to get rid of whatever precip we get tonight. So here's the 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, low temps near 30, 32, 100% chance for more mix. 100% chance as well for Wisconsin and the UP with a similar range of temperatures. Tomorrow, high temps, normal is 39. Wisconsin, Michigan goes 33 to 37. 70% chance for snow through perhaps late afternoon there. 60% chance for Minnesota snow through early afternoon. Then hopefully things wrap up by Thursday and we get some partial sunshine coming across. High normal, 38. There's another round of flurries coming on Friday before we go towards sunshine on Saturday and Sunday. But Kristen and Briggs, again, keeping in mind the normal's 39, we're only getting 33, 34. So it won't be the massive melt-off like we had the past weekend with some towns tickling 50 degrees.
Yeah.
That's gone at least for the next 7 days.
Yeah, well, you know, we saw I was out on the lake walk on Saturday, just so many people
Yeah.
out there. So maybe those mid-30s will keep some of those people at bay. And
But the
it won't be so
sunshine
packed.
will draw others out. So
Yeah,
we'll see what
absolutely.
happens.
We all came out of hibernation last weekend.
It was beautiful. Thanks, Dave.
A wild deer found dead in Grand Rapids has tested positive for CWD. It's the first time chronic wasting disease has been detected in that area, and only the second such case found in all of northern Minnesota. According to the DNR, the deer died after being hit by a car and was then tested for CWD. The discovery is prompting the DNR to step up its response plan statewide. They say that will likely include more widespread CWD testing of hunted deer. The only other wild deer to test positive in northern Minnesota was last fall near the Minnesota-North Dakota border.
Despite today's winter-like weather conditions, spring is slowly making its way into our region, which means invasive species experts are on high alert for the impacts of emerald ash borer. Members of the Minnesota Department of Agriculture took to Duluth Central Park today. They showed community members just how much damage the invasive species can have on local trees. They also shared ways to deal with ash trees if they're on your property.
Yeah, that's the pupil chamber.
Identify if you have ash on your property. If you do, come up with a plan on how you'd like to deal with that. So either that would be either planning for the eventual removal or plan to have it treated with insecticides.
Department of Agriculture leaders say infected trees have not been found outside Duluth or Superior, but they do expect that to change in the near future.
Still to come, Wisconsin is one of many states facing cases of the bird flu, how it's impacting not only commercial farms, but their neighbors as well.
They're a very good support group. They're there to listen and they keep you on track academically. That's what inspired me to continue because they have the bachelor's program after you finish your associates.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this, or covering this, to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color, or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of DuraClean Interior Flat Paint for only $14.98 after sale price and mail-in rebates.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-919-1340. That's 1-800-919-1340 now.
Black Bear Casino Resort will have you feeling lucky in March. Saturday nights beginning March 5th through the 19th. 4 winners will be chosen each hour between 6 and 9 p.m. for a chance at winning up to $1,500. Then on Grand Prize Night, Saturday, March 26th, 3 winners will be chosen each hour for a chance at up to $10,000. Start earning entries February 27th. Visit blackbearcasinoresort.com for details. Make the Bear your place to feel lucky in March.
Hi, folks. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. Call, Check your zip code, see if you're eligible, and get what you deserve. Call now.
Call 1-800-476-5600. That's 1-800-476-5600 now.
Wisconsin is the latest state to confirm the presence of avian influenza.
Now, a commercial farm in Jefferson County must dispose of millions of potentially infectious chickens and eggs.
Our sister station in Madison spoke with some people living nearby who say they were notified nearly 3 million chickens will be dumped essentially in their backyard.
The Broughtons have been residents of quiet Palmyra for 15 years, but over the weekend,
I found out everything that was, my world was going to crash down and things are going to change.
Millions of infected chicken carcasses and eggs will be dumped right outside their doorstep.
All of us are pretty well angry at this and upset.
Lyle Broughton says the USDA showed up at his home Saturday and told him the birds from Cold Springs Egg Farm would be disposed of across the street. Sunday, the trucks arrived.
And they're now they're building roads back there so they can get it ready so they can bury 2.7 million chickens and the eggs.
His wife, Kay, says it's only a matter of days before the flock is buried.
The dead carcasses are supposed to arrive on Wednesday or Thursday, but again, we don't know because nobody's really told us anything.
While checking out the site, I ran into officials with the Department of Agriculture and the USDA. They wouldn't share with me what the land is being used for.
But we're all in the same boat. We can't really get to the bottom of this.
But it's not only the lack of communication locals are concerned with. The Broughtons and their neighbors are worried about what this could mean for their health.
Everybody out here has got their own well. And if that gets taken away, let's face it, my land and property is going to go down in value like you wouldn't believe. And plus, not only that, you can't drink it.
Now they're pleading for answers.
We need to talk and find the person that's in back of this, because if my groundwater does go, I want to know who's going to be responsible, and I want to go after them.
We need help. We just can't keep going like this.
Our sister station reached out to the Cold Spring Egg Farm and the DNR. They did not hear back. But in a statement, the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection said they've been in touch with the nearby residents and federal partners to address their concerns. Meanwhile, no human cases of these avian influenza viruses have been detected in the United States.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News. A senior defense official telling CBS News that Russia is deliberately targeting civilians as President Biden warns of an imminent Russian cyber attack against the U.S. Plus, the devastating... Tonight on the CBS Evening News. A senior defense official telling CBS News that Russia is deliberately targeting civilians as President Biden warns of an imminent Russian cyber attack against the U.S. Plus, the devastating tornadoes wreaking havoc across Texas and Oklahoma. We'll have the very latest on the widespread damage from the storm zone and the talented artist from Detroit being recognized for her achievements at the age of 85. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. If you're 45 years or older, talk to your provider about screening options. The best colorectal cancer screening is the one that gets done.
Link RV is proud to provide our customers with the largest RV service facility in northern Wisconsin. With an enormous parts and accessories department and technicians with over 100 years of combined RV service experience, we'll keep you camping all season long. Link RV, where reputation is everything.
The Arrowhead Home and Builder Show returns March 30th through April 3rd.
It's your one-stop destination for building, remodeling, and home and garden products.
Featuring hundreds of home improvement experts and thousands of ideas.
See the latest trends and save big with special show-only pricing.
Experience the many family-friendly entertainment options.
Shop for unique gifts, gadgets, home decor, and more.
5 fun-filled days, March 30th through April 3rd at the Deck in Duluth.
$5 events parking. Details at arrowheadhomeshow.com.
Blue Rock Grill features a seasonally rotating cocktail list as well as an extensive selection of sought-after spirits. Whether you're seeking a quick sandwich for lunch, a nap and a cocktail, or the perfect night out with friends, choose Blue Rock Grill, located next to the Miller Hill Mall.
A Ford built for you, by you.
Get yours, built from the ground up with your choice of colors, wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want a head-up display and Escape, 7 GOAT modes in Bronco Sport, or best in its class gas torque and Ranger? You got it. And now an additional $1,500 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Your Northland Ford dealers thank you for making Ford the best-selling brand in the Twin Cities region.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5 Duke.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News, live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Tuesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6.
Tonight at 5, we were in Washburn as the community is facing a referendum vote in April. The referendum would increase the community's tax levy in order to better pay EMS staff and police officers.
And tonight at 6, as scrutiny has mounted against the mayor of Two Harbors, a petition has been started hoping to recall him or ask him to step down.
That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
We'll see you back here at 6.